Magandang araw. Welcome to our discussion about the eccentrically loaded connections. So first, ano ba yung tinatawag nating eccentrically loaded connection? So this is a structural connection where the applied load does not pass through the centroid of the connection, causing both direct force and moment or the bending effect. So this type of connection is common to steel structures, bolted or welded connections, and reinforced concrete members. So ibig sabihin lang nito, di ba, meron tayong nagiging connections, like for example, meron tayong bolts dito. At yung bolts natin na yan, meron tayong magiging center. Okay, so yung centroid niyan. So let's say, andito yung kanyang center. Pero yung load daw na binibigay natin dun sa structure natin ay hindi nagpa-pass through doon sa ating center. Okay, or doon sa centroid of the connection. Doon siya napupunta sa ibang lugar. Okay, so with that, from our centroid of our connection, papunta doon sa given load sa atin, magkakaroon yan ng distance. And that distance is what we call now the eccentricity. Okay, so common ito pagdating sa bolts natin at sa welding. So, let us first have our eccentric bolted connection. So, di ba sabi nga dito sa atin, siya daw ay nagkokos parehong direct force at moment. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, diyan natin kukuhanin ngayon kung paano natin masosolve si stress. Okay? So, let us first have the shear stress due to direct load alone. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, direct load lang muna tayo. Ano ba yung epekto ng load natin? Okay? So, ibig sabihin lang nito, if you have your load here, okay, given the eccentric load natin, which is F, o kaya naman kahit anong given dyan, either P, o kaya naman T, or any variable. Okay? So, basta may load na given dito. Okay, so ngayon ito, ang gagawin niya lang, dapat yung volts mo ay nire-resist niya kung ano yung given load. Okay? Kasi pag hindi niresist yan ng volts natin, possible na masira lang din. Okay? Kaya nga tayo nagde-design para hindi natin masira yung structure. Okay? So with this, ang gagawin lang pala natin dito is that you're going to distribute the value of P to the total number of your volt. So therefore, the formula here is just P over N. Okay? So dahil nga i-distribute lang natin sila. And again, sabi ko nga, the volt should resist, okay, the given load. So if your load is going downward, then your direct load should be going upward. Okay? Lahat yan. Pantay-pantay lang kasi sila. Alright? And then, since ito po, si PD natin is load pa lang, okay? And sabi nga sa atin, we are talking about the shear stress. So we're just going to use the formula of the shear stress, the P over A. But our P should be the direct load, kung direct load yung pinag-uusapan natin. And then the area should be volts. Bakit kay volt? Kasi, nasan ba si PD? Diba na kay volts. Okay, so that should be the area of volts. Okay, so aside from the direct load, we also have the shear stress due to moment. Okay, so sabi nga natin, nagkakaroon ng bending. Bakit nagkakaroon ng bending? Kasi kung dito ka naglagay ng load mo, okay, naglagay ka ng load dito sa may bandang kanan or kahit saan na hindi nagpa-pass through doon sa centroid. So, ibig sabihin, dinadagdagan niya ng dinadagdagan yung bigat or nalalagyan siya kaya nagkakaroon tayo ngayon ng bending. Okay, nagbe-bend siya ngayon. At syempre, dahil sa pagbe-bend na yan, kailangan din yan i-resist ng ating bolt. So, hindi naman yan mararesist lang base sa direct load natin. So, kailangan din due to moment. Okay, and how do we solve for that? Okay? So, since una, kailangan mo muna ng moment. Kailangan alamin muna natin ano ba yung value ni moment. And how do we solve for the moment? So, kung ito yung center of gravity natin or the center of your connections, so let's assume na yung ating bending is clockwise. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, we can solve that using the formula force times distance. Kaya po dito may summation kasi may possibility naman yan na magkaroon din ng horizontal force. Okay? So dito kasi sa figure natin, ang nakikita lang muna natin ay vertical force. Okay? So that is just force times the distance. Ngayon, okay? So dito, before we go on to our formula, paliwanag ko na lang din na ang nangyayari kasi dito sa atin, kailangan i-resist natin, 'di ba? Kanina dito kay direct load, kung siya ay kung yung load natin is going downward, then your PD should be going upward. Okay. Ngayon, pagdating dito, syempre, kailangan mo ring i-resist. Yung bolts natin should be bending ng counterclockwise. And how do we solve? Or paano natin malalaman paano yung itsura niya? Okay. So, if you have this as your center of the connection, meron tayong center ng bolts as well. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dyan is to connect it to the center of your centroid. Okay? Yan. So, nag-connect the dots lang tayo. And then, ang gagawin natin ngayon dito para malaman natin paano yung ikot or paano yung magiging itsura ng load natin due to moment. So, kung yung, kung yung ating bending is going clockwise. So, dapat nire-resist ni bolt. So, dapat siya naman ay counterclockwise. Okay? And how do we do that? So, ibig sabihin lang nito, ang gagawin lang po natin, from your center, okay? Ito yung nagawa nating linya, tama? From the center of the bolt to the center of your centroid. So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan is to create a perpendicular line. Okay? Perpendicular line going counterclockwise. Kasi yung moment natin na inassume natin is clockwise. So, ibig sabihin, gawa lang tayo ng perpendicular line. At dito din, same goes dito sa another bolt and as well dito. So, kung titignan natin yung itsura nung ginawa nating perpendicular lines, ng perpendicular arrows natin, para tayong nakapag-form din ng counterclockwise. So, yan ngayon yung ating PM. Okay? Pero, bakit dito sa ating formula may X at may Y? Okay? Kasi, di ba, yung nagawa natin na to, yung nagawa natin na perpendicular line ay naka-slant. Tama ba? So, kumbaga, hindi naman siya vertical and horizontal. So, kailangan kuhanin natin component. At ano yung magiging component niyan? So, like for example, dito tayo sa may upper right na bolt natin. So, kung yan ay going northwest, so ibig sabihin, kuhanin natin component niya, eto ngayon, si PMY, and then going to the left naman si PMX. Okay? So, kapag kinuha natin yung kanilang component. So, dito naman tayo sa upper left. Kung siya ay going to southeast, southwest, so ibig sabihin, papunta sa baba si PMY, and then papunta naman sa kaliwa si PMX. Okay, so hindi sila pare-pareho ng kalalabasan kasi nakadepende kung saan napunta yung ikot nila. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa lower left. So, going downward and then going to the right. And for our lower right naman, going to the right, si PMX, and then going to the upward, si PMY. Okay, so ibig sabihin, magkakaiba siya. Okay? So, how do we solve for PMX and PMY? So, since nakuha na natin si M, that is your moment. And then we multiply it by the RY. Okay, so it's just like moment arm. Okay? So, since you are talking about X, okay, so si X pa lang kasi yung kinukuha natin, so kailangan natin gamitin yung moment arm niya and that will be vertical distance. So, that is the RY is the vertical distance from the bolt to the center of gravity of the connection. Like for example, if we are talking about for the bolt 1, let's say here, okay, so ito yung center niya, then ito yung center ng ating gravity. So, kuhanin natin ngayon, ito si RY. And then, kapag naman pagdating kay PMY, same pa din naman, M pa din tayo. Pero, since yan naman ay vertical load, dapat ang distance mo should be horizontal. And that is again the horizontal distance from the center of the ball to the center of your connections. Okay? And then, ano naman si J? Si J dito, that is the polar moment of inertia. So that is, to solve that, we're going to use the summation of x squared plus y squared. Okay, so ibig sabihin, isa-sum up lang daw natin ito, pangkalahatan na to para sa lahat ng bolt. So, what do we mean by x and what do we mean by y? The x and y distances of the individual bolts from the centroid of the group. Okay, so, kaya siya summation kasi gagamitin mo lahat ng bolt. So, yung x natin dito, ibig sabihin that is the x distance. So, again, from the center of the bolt papunta sa center ng gravity natin and that is x. Okay? So, same goes dito sa may kabila. May x ka din dyan. And then, dito naman sa pa, may x ka ulit. And then, another here, may x. Okay? Then, same concept with the y. Pagdating naman kay y, syempre, that is the vertical distance. Okay? So, kailangan kung ilan yung volts natin, ganun din yung magiging bilang para makuha natin si value ng J. Alright? And, to solve for the PM, kasi syempre, ang nakuha pa lang natin is the components, right? So, we have to solve for the resultant value of the PM and by the use of the Pythagorean theorem lang naman, okay? So, that is just the square root of PMX squared plus PMY squared. And then, to solve now for the shear stress, so same formula lang din tayo, that should be PM over the area of the bolt. Okay. And then, aside now from the direct load alone, moment alone, we also have the maximum shear capacity. So, for the maximum shear capacity, ibig sabihin, nagsama silang dalawa. Okay? So, kasi balikan natin itong given natin dito. So, di ba nagkakaroon din kasi tayo dito ng PD. Kung lalagay natin dyan yung PD, so nagsasama-sama sila. Ang dami na nating makikita dyan na load. Dyan natin ngayon malalaman sino yung pinaka-critical. Okay? So, sino yung magiging pinaka-critical pagdating dun sa volts natin. Okay, balikan natin dito. To solve now for the maximum shear capacity, ang gagawin lang natin, again, pagsasamahin natin. So, that is just the summation of PDX plus PMX squared plus PDY plus PMY squared. So, parang di rin kayo mahirapan, possible din naman na ang gamitin natin is Pmax is just equal to the summation of the summation forces along horizontal axis squared plus the summation of forces along vertical axis. And then, pag nakuha na natin si Pmax, we can now solve for the shear stress. And that is Pmax over the area ng bolts. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan natin yung ating eccentric voltage connection, let us have now the sample problems to the next videos.